And we're back. How are we getting on? Today we're joined by Sinead Walsh. How you getting on, Sinead?
Not too bad.
Um, so a couple days ago, was off with the girlfriend. Went off to Dublin, had the crack, and we seen Sinead up on stage, absolutely tearing the place apart. I was like, just incredible. So how long you been a comedian?
It's nearly 3 years. It's a couple of months off 3 years now, with obviously a big fat pandemic in the middle of that time.
Yeah, a bit of a note there for anyone who missed that. Yeah. So were you doing shows during, like, people were doing Zoom, people just gave up? What did you do?
No, so after I suppose after 2 weeks of doing absolutely nothing, yeah, I started doing the online gigs. The first one I remember was like, holy fuck, what do we do? Like, honestly, cam sex would probably have been easier than cam comedy. No, but you find your rhythm with it, and it got interesting then because like there was plenty of corporates looking for you know performers, comedians, anyone that could do with entertainment, drag queens, like that kind of thing. So yeah, it was kind of like it was a bit how to put this, not awkward, like we were super grateful for it, but like it took a lot of learning, and then I suppose by the time this year rolled around we were all kind of well into the mix. But I suppose November of last year I started my own online thing every Sunday, and it was inspired by, I don't know if you know the comedian Sarah Millican.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was doing like a €3 ticket show or a £3 ticket show, where it was like her and other comic mates, and they were just trying new material, just 5 minutes every week. And yeah, so my ex, who I was with at the time, was like, you know, maybe you should give this a go and have like a front row. That was something that I really loved about that show. That she kept the front row unmuted, and it really added to the atmosphere because you could hear them laugh, and you could, like, their cameras were on, you could see their expressions and stuff like that. So that really appealed to me, and there wasn't really any shows kind of, I suppose, around at our level that were kind of trying things like that. So I just gave it a go. Really popular with the audience. I done digital tip jars, split the money out between the comics. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend it was like huge sales or anything, but like, I mean, there was like 15, 20 people on each one. I remember a group of my friends that lived together. There's like seven of them, or there was seven of them living together. They'd always tune in. So, and I'd leave most people unmuted, laughing away and that kind of thing. So, yeah, so I done that for a couple of months, and that's how the Sunday rollover became a thing, I suppose. So, yeah, so that was my lockdown. Sorry, that was a long answer there.
No, you're fine. And
I always say when people say that, it's like, if you answered yes and no, we would be over very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
The world's quickest podcast, yeah.
yeah. How you
literally,
doing? Good. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah,
good podcast.
yeah. But you're saying with like the low numbers, it's better you got anything in the first place.
Yeah,
Like, fair fucks, and like most people did nothing. So again, fair fucks.
thanks, man. Yeah, I think there's a lot of comics out there that are very, very skilled with like video sketches and things like that. And it's not that I don't enjoy doing them. I just never have the time to, like, or maybe the brain capacity, I don't know, but like I don't think of comedy like that. If something funny happens now, or I think of something funny, I think of it in terms of a stand-up routine. But like, some comics are excellent at making video sketches, and you look at the likes of like Darren Conway, Sean, oh, what's his name, is it Sean O'Rourke, and like other comics like that, Justine Stafford, another one, absolutely excellent at pumping out the video content, and really like high quality from in a comedy terms, funny stuff. So for me, there's not more painful than a video sketch that just doesn't, it, like, was obviously funnier in the creator's head, I suppose, than the end result is. So yeah, I think just playing to strengths and stuff. An online night made more sense to me to put my time into than video sketches. And I did do, like, don't get me wrong, I did a number of them, and I was part of a group one as well, which was interesting to do remotely. But look, all really positive. I think, now we're in a situation where the scene is populated by people that work their asses off over lockdown, and for other people that didn't do much over lockdown, like, they're coming back into the mix too, but certainly at a much more nervous pace, I suppose. It's an interesting one. It's really interesting, but I think in a way, it separates the wood from the trees as well.
I've seen that with a lot of entertainment industries. People who started working during the pandemic, they went fucking miles. We know a couple of comedians in the States did exactly that. And like anywhere, they went to every open mic that was available, everything that was going on, just to keep practicing.
Yeah.
And even streamers or other YouTubers
Yeah.
just started hammering now because, okay, I have 6 months to do whatever. Might even get paid for
Yeah.
it. So fucking go ham.
100%.
Yeah.
My buddy Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan from Cork, he
Some name.
yeah, it's great, right? Or Con, as we call him for short. I was on the phone to Con on Sunday, actually, before the rollover. I wanted to ask his advice on something, and he was there with the great advice as always. But we were talking about people who were back at it hard, and people who we kind of hadn't heard from, since the pandemic and all that. And he said, comedy, it's like mints on a football pitch. That's what stage time is, mints on a football pitch. And the more you get, the more you practice, and the more you perfect. So yeah, it's like muscle training,
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said by yourself, like, you're kind of in the stand-up now. Like, we've had guests on who'd be very into like the sketch comedy, and it's all about what you kind of focus your time into, and kind of like you find your groove in it. Like, we've had what's it, like, Sir Steve-O on, like, he'll be immortalized as the the racist old farmer kind of character kind of guy.
Yeah,
he's done it so well. He struggles in telling people that's not him.
Yeah.
I remember the first time meeting him, and he wasn't shouting at me. I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
Like, "Hey, buddy,
work properly."
what's wrong? Was that something I said?
Wreck me, Yeah, exactly.
Thomas normally says that to every guest that gets on.
Yeah,
and
please wreck me.
That's why Mike Tyson and all the rest got off.
No.
So
okay, enough of this.
I think I wish and look, maybe it is something that I will lean into more over the years. I'm still finding my feet in comedy terms, but certainly the video guys, like, again, just to point out, like, Darren Conway, I could sit and watch Darren Conway for hours and end, like, and would cry laughing at every one of them.
Just got a series.
He's a serious talent. You see what he's doing now. Like, he's his own RTE show, with his buddy. I can't think of your man's name now off the top of my head, but like, there you go, Joe McGuffin. Like, two top class. Like, they're very, very funny. So I would love to see Darren take to the stage, sometime. But I'm sure he'd tell you to fuck off if you ever tried to pull it on him. But he is hilariously funny. So I definitely see them as two sides of the same coin, really. You know what I mean? I respect sketch comedians as much, if not sometimes more, than stand-up comedians.
Yeah,
it's such a small world.
Yeah, isn't it? We were chatting to Gerald Walsh or Gerard Walsh earlier on, and he's the filmographer for is that a word? Cinematographer. He's a cinematographer, and he helps write the scripts for Darren and Joe's new show.
That's what I was thinking.
No, he's the director.
The director, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay, so there you go. Small world indeed.
We were chatting to him earlier on. He was our first guest.
What a legend!
Seriously, man, that guy has some work ethic. Like, that guy just seems like he doesn't stop, kind of thing. Like, he does the recording, the editing. He has to write the scripts and works for RTE the whole time. Like, seriously, he's working his head off. Much respect to that guy.
Yeah,
it is. It's a sickness. It really is. Once you get in.
Definitely. He's working pretty hard. Like, while Darren might be the bigger guy when it comes to, like, I guess, what do you call it, reputation and so on, behind the scenes, he's out there getting everything sorted and got the show going in the first place. So incredible guy.
That's amazing.
And with saying the world is small, it's even smaller. He used to work for a guy who was from our town called Paddy Slattery, and he went, imagine. No, he did like a talk in our school, and it's kind of the reason I wanted to go into media, and
Oh my god.
just found out like that Jer was filming the same day, like filming for Paddy the same day he was doing that lecture, like in that hall.
That
So
is a
it's a
small world.
small ass world. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it is. It is. It
Yeah.
really is. That's crazy. Yeah, but like, I mean, that's what separates separates the best from the rest is work ethic at the end of the day, because nothing nothing kills talent quicker than ego and and lack of work ethic. You know what I mean? And hard work will outwork talent every day of the week. And that is the truth of it. That really is the truth of it. So, like, all the respect in the world to those guys. They are, they are. You can't do anything but admire them, I suppose. When you see where they've gotten to in such a short space of time, really.
Yeah.
Seriously, not there. Also, I didn't even know who Darren was. I'd say 6 months ago. Like I hadn't even heard of him. The guy was like, and then
Sure,
one
he
day
came out of nowhere.
he just popped up. He was like, his TikTok was on my For You page, and I'm watching it. I'm thinking this guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm hearing he's fighting some lad who does Conor McGregor impressions on the Sir
Yeah.
Steve-O card. And next thing you know, he's interviewing Mary Lou McDonald, and now has his own RTE show. Like the guy's had a fucking great year. Seriously.
He has, and like I've been watching Darren since, like, I'm not gonna say his early days, but like definitely like over a year anyway. And like me and my friends, so I'm like one girl in a group WhatsApp of there was originally 8 or 9 lads in it, so yeah, they're my closest friends. And we used to fire like Darren's videos back and forth, like whoever saw them first. And it all just started with him and a phone in his hand, you know what I mean? And then he just, he replied to Mary Lou McDonald, and she replied to him then, and then it became a thing on Twitter. And then all of a sudden he's interviewing the leader of the opposition, and like one of Ireland's most prominent political figures, let alone female figures in history, on his fucking podcast. And I don't know, like, I assume you guys have listened to it or watched it, and it kicks off with her pretending to be his ma. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what? It's wild. And like, huge respect for Mary Lou, obviously, in general, and for doing that in particular. But it's just mental. Like, some lad with his phone doing having conversations with himself, and now all this. Like, it's work ethic and it's talent.
It absolutely is.
Mm.
I said this earlier on today, but I say it all the time. Fucking Steve-O went from like making videos in his car of being like a racist old Irish guy, and then now he's organizing an event that has Conor McGregor fighting in it. He's probably going to fight Conor McGregor. Like that's his plan.
He's a headbanger. What a guy. He is a headbanger.
We love that man. Seriously, we've chatted to him. Yeah. Seriously, he's
every
great,
time
man.
we talk to him.
Yeah,
he's a fucking nutcase.
Yeah,
that's really, really cool. Now he has a lot of respect for Steve-O. Absolutely. But again, it's the simplest ideas, and if you're funny, I remember. So I don't know if you ever heard of Mike Morgan, also an Irish comedian, from Cork. He won Show Me the Funny there, right before the pandemic. Really, really, really class comedian. So I used to work with Mike in the Mardyke Entertainment Complex in Cork, and he's actually the one who kind of gave me the push to start comedy. And this guy, like, I remember we'd be in the office together, and he'd be like, "Here, how do I fucking post this on Facebook? Like, I have no idea what's going on." Dude has over 100,000 followers on TikTok now. Like, you know what I mean? And what he done was he was starting by, like, I remember, for example, he took the Dua Lipa video, and like, it's, the song where it goes, did a full 180, and he was just in the car, and he, when you see the guard at checkpoint up ahead, and then it kicks in to done a full 180, whatever, and just little things like that. And then he started recycling a lot of like old stand-up material, and in comedy we call that, like, when you're burning old material, which just means like putting videos up of it and blah blah blah. And people fucking loved it, and of course they did, because he's an excellent comedian, he's an excellent writer, and and that was his thing. And I remember him saying to Con, and him saying to me, he's like, just find your thing on Facebook and you do that thing, like, you juice the shit out of it, you know what I mean? because that's what TikTok is about, isn't it? Like, you know people, you mightn't even know their names, but it's like, oh, that's your one that does the Irish mammy impression videos, or that's your man that does Mickey Skips giving tips, or whatever it is, like, and things like that. So yeah, I suppose leaning into your thing is a key to online success, I think, as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wish we could find ours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and
TikTok
you
is
both,
something
pal.
we haven't figured out at all. Are
Yeah.
you're on TikTok, I guess.
Yes,
You
I
post on
am.
it?
I do, but again, I could definitely post more. I don't even post once a month, to be honest. And yeah, I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, I spend hours of my life on it some nights, but it's yeah, it's, again, I just need to really, I suppose, find my voice, put more time into it, and kind of find whatever my thing is on TikTok and lean into it. But like, it's fine. It's another channel for me, and then other people. Mike, as an example, but have huge followings on it, and it's hugely beneficial. I'm in a past life a digital marketer as well, social media specialist and that kind of thing. So I do firmly believe in the value of social media and managing it and monitoring it and stuff. But I suppose I try not let it totally rule the comedy thing. I spend enough of my life online. I spend enough of my working day online. So I suppose the joy for me in comedy, where I think I come to life, is on stage. And like I said, I just need to keep working on the video thing and the TikTok thing. A couple of videos there that I've done all right, but definitely know I need to post more regularly and good content.
It can definitely be disheartening looking at analytics sometimes and them not reaching what you think is its full potential. We've
Oh, he's
definitely
getting emotional.
experienced that. No, yeah, no, man. It's just that, but no, but no, it's true though.
It's okay, Tom. Let it out, boy.
You know, I post, Fortnite Funny number 486, and it only gets 13,000 more views than this last one. I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah,
like,
it is.
you know what I mean? Yeah, we've had more views on one video on TikTok than we did on our entire like YouTube channel at one point, I think.
There you go.
But like, it did nothing for us at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's 70,000 views on one video, and not one single person was like, let's check out this guy's YouTube.
Because
yeah,
because it all happened in one day. I was like, oh shit, we're famous now, Thomas.
Yeah.
We've made it big
So
leagues. We're getting out of Eden Dairy.
yeah.
our biggest guest so far, Bruce Buffer, got on. Guy announced for the UFC, for anyone who doesn't know.
I know who Bruce Buffer is. Shut up. No way.
He's he's
Lovely guy.
amazing guy. He gave us extra time, so
lad. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's unreal.
I know. Yeah, I know Bruce Buffer. No. So
Cool.
he tells a story of how he fought a UFC fighter in an elevator. It was Frank Trigg, because Frank Trigg was asking for a pay raise, and I know Bruce complimented Dana on his watch, which got his attention. So he gets karate chopped in the throat by Frank. He's like, Frank, why the fuck did you hit me? And he says, what are you going to do about it? And he says, that's not going to fly. He starts beating the fuck out of him. These two guys going at it like a ranked heavyweight UFC fighter versus Bruce Buffer, who's like
the ring announcer.
And they go on, but the clip was just that. I'm telling the story. Got 70,000 views. It all came in one day.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there like, okay, just like monitoring the subscribers on the channel, like anything go up today.
Yeah.
Okay, views are about the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And then shortly after I said TikTok is bullshit.
Well, that's it. Like, I mean, again, this is my digital marketing brain talking. It's so important to have a presence on social media, especially when you're at like early days and stuff like that. And those platforms, should I say, need to be well maintained. But I think, like, for you guys, the way to get ears on the podcast is directing them directly to that YouTube or Spotify or whatever it is you may want to put this on. But like, that's your call to action, you know what I mean? But like, you can get huge numbers on a TikTok video, but like, you think about it, when you're sitting there in the middle of the night scrolling through TikTok and you see someone, like a clip from a page or a brand or whatever, how often do you switch platforms? You don't switch platforms, you know what I mean? Just keep scrolling. So it's important, to, I suppose, if you're building an audience, it needs to be consistent. You need to have an end goal, drive them to the podcast, the website, the whatever it might be. And I think for me, I spent so many years. I spent 8 years chasing numbers on social media for brands, companies, etc. And you do, as Thomas said, you get disheartened very quickly because you can have a great day followed by 15 shitty ones. So I just think, for me personally, when it comes to my creative stuff, I'm happy to maintain a presence on these things, but I refuse to live and die by the numbers. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm in this for. I'm in this for the feeling you get on stage, the joy of making people laugh, the buzz in the room, hanging out with the comedians, blah 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 blah. Like, that's where the real joy is.
It's pretty wholesome.
Yeah, no, I am
Thanks,
actually
man.
tearing up. Thanks. But
Yeah.
no, you're right. That is, and you're doing it for the right reasons, because there is
I
people
hope
that
so.
get into entertainment for the wrong reasons, and it's all
Yeah.
about the numbers, money, all that kind of
Yeah.
shit.
It's also kind of noticeable
Oh yeah, definitely.
if
You
ever you
can
see
tell
it.
who's you
Yeah.
can tell who's in it because of the love of it, and you can tell who's in it because
Yeah.
mommy said go on TikTok and make hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's it. You're either,
Is that what
yeah,
Mammy said? Is it?
What mommy said, and then she got the wooden spoon and said, "Oh, the
yeah.
immersion." But
Get
Yeah.
on YouTube, boy. I'm on smack your ass. Like,
Thomas, what was it you said? Like a lot of like Irish content creators go like too, I don't know.
oh yeah, no, I'm all for that. Irish comedy, man. I'm a big fan of Irish people being very present in the entertainment sector,
yeah.
but I can't fucking stand Irish comedians who fucking dig their way into the stereotypical, oh, I've left the immersion on, and mommy get the wooden spoon and said, if you don't eat all your potato, I'll make you eat all your roast dinner. And I'm just like, shut up, please. It's not fucking funny anymore. And
Yeah.
it's like,
So
yeah,
do you mean
okay.
like, just so you mean, I suppose, the Irish comics that kind of play it old school or lean into the Irish stereotype kind of thing?
Kinda. And they're kind
Yeah.
like, I get it. I get the appeal to it to non-Irish people.
Yeah.
It's just like
Irish connoisseurs, but to
Yes.
the
Yes.
experienced ones,
Yeah.
I think, I think it's really interesting. And like, I absolutely agree with you. I think that, different comedians have different audiences. That's absolutely
yeah.
that's a given. But I remember Mike. So Mike is from Mallow, and there's a gorgeous hotel down in Mallow called the High B. And Mike he done a hometown show, and he sold out, like, I think it was 200 tickets. I think it was, like, huge night, big night for him. He absolutely smashed it. And I remember walking out. I think it was at the break of the show between the support act and Mike, and there was a poster there for Pat Short. And in my head, like, I don't get me wrong, I love Pat Short, you know what I mean? But like, his audience and Mike's audience are two very, very kind of different folk, like, and two very different styles of comedy, obviously. And I laughed to myself, and in my head I was like, Jesus, Mike's doing Pat Short numbers, like, he's filling out the function room just as well as Pat Short is. And look, I think there's, the way there's different genres of films, types of films, all that kind of thing. It's the same with comedy. But yes, if you ask me to sit through a Diddley Eye comedy set, would I be pissed off? Absolutely. Would the people of Boston love it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
a great way
myself,
to put
though.
it.
I can get the appeal to it to other
Yeah.
people, but me, nah, it's just like you hear it once too many times, and it's like it doesn't get funny. It's just like
How
right.
many comedy shows you been to, Thomas?
Me, not that many, to be
2,
honest.
3?
Maybe 2 or 3, yeah. I kind of started want to go. I was supposed to go to Jimmy Carr, but it's been cancelled like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
To be honest, and
It's like the guy doesn't want to fucking do it.
The shit thing is that we were in the front row, so I definitely know I was going to be fucking roasted to pieces, which is what I want. It's like lay into me, Jimmy. Give it to me, kind of thing. You know?
Give it to me, Jimmy.
Give it to me. That's why I
You
paid
know?
extra for these tickets. Was your abuse?
But like,
Oh.
you know, it's just like it's pretty shit. But you know, yeah, I've been to 2 or 3 of them, and
Yeah.
you know, I like
Yeah,
them. But you know, you've watched every fucking comedy special there is, so it's
Of course.
know,
Well, look,
stuff.
what I would say to you and to anyone who's listening is like, oh my God, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of those big comedy nights. You know what I mean? The Tommy Tiernan nights, the Des Bishop, the Darragh OBrien night, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like, you want to see some real magic, like find out where the best comedy club is, or you know, like look up a few comedy clubs like near you, and go see some of the smaller shows, because I swear to God, like what you're paying a fiver, a tenner, whatever it might be, you know, and you're seeing some of literally the finest up and coming comedians, and you're guaranteed a great night. Like it's such a magic scene. The standard in Ireland is ridiculous. You know, I think the path for a lot of Irish comedians is going over to the UK, which is sad, but it's almost the only way. Some people think it's the only way to make like a truly good living off comedy in full-time sense, but I don't think that's the truth. We have some incredible comedians here, incredible headliners. Jerry, you saw Joe there, you know, on
Well,
Sunday.
I've seen some of it.
Yeah, sorry, some of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you were carried out.
Yeah,
Were you carried out, man?
dude. You know me. I've never gotten sick drinking.
No.
I wear it on my chest.
Yeah, of course.
Like a golden star a teacher gave me.
Yeah. I remember they gave you the plaque for, you know, never been drunk. You know?
And I was pretty close, and I was like, Joe was talking, and we've had Joe on the show before,
Yeah.
so I'm well used to him. I'm sitting there like, okay, just keep talking, Joe. I'm trying to not get sick. I'm trying to focus on Joe. Keep talking, Joe. Yeah, that's funny, Joe. Yeah, real good, Joe. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I cannot handle this anymore. Oh, the girlfriend just got me a Guinness. I better have a sip or two. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Had to run to the fucking jacks. I didn't even go. I was just sitting there at the sink like,
Don't get sick. Oh, there's no worse feeling. There is.
Yeah, it's like I can't break this streak. I can't do it.
No, I know.
It's alcohol poisoning or death.
I'd fucking gladly take death, man.
Yeah, honestly.
Right in the eye. So I went out as a man. Went out on my throne.
It didn't help. We stayed in like a shoddy hotel, and the fireworks went on till 7, and checkout was at 11, so it was a nightmare.
That sounds intense.
Yeah.
Honestly, intense.
I'm kind of glad I missed it now. No offense. You know, I say you were great, Sinead. I say I missed like a whirlwind of but Jesus, Jared. Like being with you, man, I say it would have ruined my evening completely. No, not even my evening, man. My entire October. No. My entire October, man.
The two of them wobbled out with the venue after the show. Thanks a million, yeah. And off they went into the night.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he manage to get you to go to a fucking show? That's so funny. Just for getting sick around the place. Right, Sinead,
I was supposed to have Sinead on beforehand.
Yeah, I know that.
I was supposed to record before the show started.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. I was pretty fucked up. It wasn't that bad.
No, you were fine. He comes up to me and he goes, I do a podcast and blah, blah, blah. And he mentioned the podcast. I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, I was gonna have you on, and I was like, perfect. Just I don't know what you want to do. Email me or Instagram. Follow you on Instagram. I was like, okay, cool. All right, have a good night.
You make me sound like a fucking plonker.
Yeah,
no, you weren't at all.
You made him sound like he was like fucking dying, like fucking wheelchair out of there. Right,
I know,
full of joy, dressed in Mad Hatter.
Okay, that must have been some site. I forgot I was wearing that outfit.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. I was like embarrassed wearing that thing because Shauna wanted to be like Alice in Wonderland, and she's like, "Oh, wear this," and I was like, "Oh, fucking alright." Get it on. I took the hat off. I was like, "I'm not wearing the fucking hat." And then he said like something about like, "Oh, there's like 50 quid or something for like best dress." I was like, "Shauna, get the hat."
Yeah, get the hat. Get the fucking hat, Shauna.
Yeah,
I know, right? But it's a good prize, all right, for sure. And it was dead sound to drop that twice to let us have that as well. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, it was a brilliant place. Only thing I missed was I thought Kiko was gonna go up because I've been chatting to him for fucking ages, and no luck.
Did not go up.
Yeah, no,
No,
he
no.
So just to explain, we said when we started, right? So it was 3 shows that were started over lockdown. Rascal on the Friday, Party Tits on the Saturday, and Sunday Roll Over on the Sunday. And Kigo said he was going to do weekend tickets that would cover all 3 shows, and that was grand. They sold pretty well, to be fair. So we all made the agreement between the 3 shows, or the however many organised the shows. We were like, right, let's not book each other, and um let's not book the same comedians as far as we can help it, right? Because then it would just turn into essentially just the same comics or similar comics for the weekend, and we didn't want that, especially with the weekend ticket being on sale. So, and I also said, like, from my perspective, I wanted as many comedians as possible to be a part of this weekend, you know. So, you know yourself, it could have been 3 nights of comedy and 9 or 10 comedians tops. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just playing the same shows and shit like that. So yeah, we kind of wanted to avoid that crossover and kind of have the shows as diverse as possible and things like that. And I think, you know, 3 shows, 3 different formats. I think we definitely achieved that, you know, and yeah, just a different flavor every night, which was really, really cool. But I'm so sorry, that's a long way of answering
No.
why Kigo didn't go up. But yeah, so he's part of the Party Tits, and they had their show on Saturday. Great name for a podcast. And they done their show on Saturday. So he was also the organizer of the entire event, the entire festival. So I think he probably had a nice night just sitting there in the back and turning on the tunes when people were coming on, you know.
Yeah, we seem to talk to them. We seem to be very passionate about comedy and organizing these events, and you know, letting comedians such as yourself get a platform and have the opportunity to sit, you know, do stand up. And yeah,
Yeah,
he seems
He's
like a
pretty
really
new
cool
as
dude.
well.
He's
Exactly,
amazing.
yeah.
He's amazing. He is. I can't say enough good things about him. I only met him for the first time, like, in person, I think in June or July. And we've just been doing online gigs together, and he genuinely felt like someone I could be friends with. And then we met in real life, and yeah, we got on famously, obviously. But I think what I love about Kigo is he's obviously so naturally funny. But like you said, he's so passionate about this for the right reasons. Very, very hard work ethic, very business minded, and fucking funny. That's the most important part. He's funny. He's got the substance to back it up. He'll tell you himself he's still pretty new at it, but he'll get there, no problem. You know what I mean? He'll smash it. He is smashing it. So yeah, he's a good pal and a great comedian too.
Good things to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dead right, dead right.
Well, anyways, looking forward to how you get on, like moving on from this whole malarkey. Hopefully it goes a bit better. And we don't go back into another lockdown. Woo.
Oh, please God. Yeah, look, it's been funny, you know. It was obviously not great when we were in it, but I think I'm enjoying comedy a lot more now. And a couple of my friends that are comics as well have said like they're able to see that, which is nice of them to say, you know. But yeah, look, hopefully it doesn't happen all over again, because I cannot go back to not wearing a bra for 2 weeks straight, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm talking about, boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've never worn a bra, so thankfully,
No,
yeah,
not
life's been
really.
good.
It's
Good,
been
man,
fun
good.
this lockdown, but
Not that fun, you know.
We took advantage of it. Like we grabbed it by the balls and twisted and pulled.
Yeah,
Like we really went fucking hard trying to like get
good.
something going. But going back to college, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
how's that? How you finding it?
it's
tough,
a kick in the teeth.
especially with the
Yeah,
podcast. We don't really. I
We
know. I
didn't
mean, we
upload
probably
for
could.
like 2 weeks.
We probably could find the time, but it's more like the mentality, kind of like we're just wrecked. I mean, we're up at like
yeah.
6 o'clock every morning. Jared has to walk, 40 minutes to get the bus. It's like
What?
then like we're there in college. Like I don't get home for 12 hours kind of thing when
Wow.
we only
Okay.
have one class some of the days. So it kind of just like gets to you,
Mate.
it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
annoying. So
That's a lot. That
but
is a
like
lot.
today, today we had the day off and we just said we're gonna go fucking ham at it. Free
Yeah.
podcast, one clip, and what's it like?
Brilliant.
and a partridge in a
Brilliant.
pear tree. But like,
That's
you know,
it.
No,
Hard
no,
work,
we
boys.
got
Hard
some
work.
good stuff done today. Even with this fucking broken camera. Where is he?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, get over here. Get in
Was
the
hard
shot.
working webcam in
This
Ireland.
look how bollock this is. This is like a
Ah,
year and a bit old.
yeah.
Yeah, some cheap ass fucking
Shit,
tree
man.
home unbranded piece of shit.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna do the same thing with my phone, man. My fucking camera quality is shite. Look at this.
So's
You
mine.
know?
This is
Yeah.
this.
Still pretty,
That's his
Thomas.
phone. I know, yeah, but like I'm saying, but the camera quality doesn't even picture all my good
Yeah.
side.
Well,
So,
it's
like-
just as well because I would be blown away by your radiant beauty if that camera was any better quality, to be honest. So.
That's why we actually had a company meeting and made it lower. I
Yeah.
said fuck up
Yeah.
your lighting as well.
Now you're making
Yeah.
me blush. But
And I can't see because the camera quality is shit, right? So happy days.
Well,
everyone's
lucky.
happy.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're approaching 35 minutes. I'm about ready to pass out and die twice. So Sinead, if people want to check you out, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Sinead Walsh Comedy. Same with TikTok. And you can also find me on Twitter as well. So please do give me a follow, give me a like. I have promised better TikTok content. And yeah, you'll find all my upcoming shows on Instagram as well.
You've heard it here first. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of it, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be pretty
guys.
weird for you listening. Okay, we've kind of connected 3 different stories today over 3 different podcasts. It's gonna be uploaded over a week and a half. So this next week and a half, lads, it's gonna be pretty fucking weird.
Excellent.
So-
Excellent. Thank you for having me.
thank you
Of course.
for getting on.
Thanks for getting
Seriously.
on. Short notice as
Really
fuck.
appreciate your time. You've no idea.
Fucking guy dressed as a Mad Hatter walks up to you at a comedy show like, "We're gonna get on my show," and you
Had
got
him-
on.
Had him 50 quid voucher, you know?
Yeah.
That actually sounds like a setup for a joke. A Mad Hatter walks up to you in a bar.
It says, "Do you want to get on a show?"
Says, "Do you wanna get
And
on
I
a show?"
say, fuck that acid was well worth the price tag.
Yeah. Uh,
Shit.
well, there you go. So if you want to check out Sinead, you know where to find him. And fucking sound for listening. Oh, there's my camera. Fucking sound for
Sound,
listening.
guys.
Have a good one. Take it handy. And bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Boop. Okay. That was good crack, wasn't it, Thomas?
A fucking great episode. Christ, she's hilarious, man. Seriously.
Fun times. So if you want to check out Sinead, you know where to find him. Sinead Walsh Comedy on pretty much everything. But now, what you've all been waiting for.
Oh yeah.
Patreon. The fucking sound part of the night where we try to convince you to spend your money on us to see extra stuff that we're at. Are we
Please
worth
do
it?
it.
I
For the
don't
love
know.
of God, just do it.
Thomas hasn't eaten in weeks. Give him a break.
You know, Jared says we're not actually allowed to use the bathroom without another Patreon. So just for company guidelines and all this shit, please, for the love of God, do it.
For the overall legality.
We're only messing with you, but you know, if you do want to, you know, get exclusive access to episodes before they come out on the YouTube and the Spotify, make sure to head over to that Patreon, drop us a sub. We'd really appreciate it, honest to God.
It's just below, little link. But if you don't want to do that, you're skint, but you want to do a good deed. I'm making this out like it's some kind of fucking
Yeah.
whatever. You can just give us subscribe, like, maybe comment. We got other social media linked below. If you want to follow us, it means the world. We stay super active on our Instagram. Thomas is crazy active on Twitter. He's tweeting at everyone. Social justice warriors, all kinds. People with blue hair, they're getting destroyed. So yeah, the crack is being had there. So if you want to follow us, go ahead. Or don't. We love you anyway. Have a good one. And bye-bye.